What's up everybody, welcome back to Prime Energon, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Rise of the Beast Voyager class Optimus Prime. I've been searching for this guy for so long after going from store to store, Walmart to Walmart, and finally I found one. Yes, it wasn't even on the shelf, it was on the top overstock shelf or whatever, just one at my local Walmart. But today we're going to be doing something different. This is a repainted Optimus Prime. And yeah, I went ahead and threw some paint on there. Now whether or not it came out good or not, I don't care. I think it still looks pretty good for what it is. And I went ahead and touched it up with some paint to make it look a little bit better. As we all know, let me go ahead and show you a before of how this Optimus Prime looks, and as you can see, very lackluster in the paint department as far as the legs go. The waist, gray plastic, not very appealing, and honestly did not look very good. The molding is there, it's just the paint was lacking. So, and then now go on over to an after, throwing on some gunmetal paint on the legs and the torso with some silver highlights here and there, and then the silver on the shoulders as well. I went ahead and threw that on there. I went ahead and did some gunmetal on the arms as well, and some gunmetal down here on the chins for the legs. As far as everything else goes, I didn't really do much when it comes down to painting. I didn't want to have to paint the entire figure because, you know, paint will eventually chip off, and, you know, depending on what type of paint you use, just acrylic, you know, transforming it and handling it, it'll just become a huge mess. So I didn't want to go too all out on painting this figure and just making it to where I transform it and all the paint comes off. So just little things here and there for touching up, and taking a look at some of the detail right here. Optimus Prime, very nice head sculpt, as you can see right there. Looks phenomenal. This is a really nice version of Optimus Prime. Taking a look at the chest piece here with the transparent plastic and the little visor right there up top. And then taking a look at the torso, which I have painted to look a little bit more accurate to the actual photo on the box, with some gunmetal and some silver. Taking a look at the legs, really nicely done with that leg sculpt on there. Looks really good as far as the legs go. I really do like this Optimus Prime. Other than being a little bit small for a Voyager class, he actually looks really nice. Taking a look at the arms here. Really nicely detailed on the inside and on the outside. You get this flap over here, which I think they could have done a little bit of a better job hiding it, but I think still detail is on there. A lot of little mechanical work and tubes going along there. Taking a look at the shoulders, you got a nice Autobot symbol right there. Actually looks really good. Top of the shoulders, everything on him just looks really good. This is a fantastic mold. I just feel he's a little bit small for a Voyager class. This is like deluxe class maybe for Optimus Prime, but hopefully we get a different version for the Studio Series, just a little bit of a larger version for a Studio Series Optimus Prime. And then taking a look at the back, cleans up quite nicely. Wheels stow away on the back right there. Taking a look at the back of the legs, just this hollow spot right here, but it's due to transformation. Other than that, he actually looks really good. No hollow spaces. This flap sort of covers a hollow space in the back, but you really won't notice it. With that, I wish these fins were just a little bit shorter. Like if they're just like up to here, that would be a little bit better. I think they're just too overdone with those fins. But really nice detail. I love the molding right here on his torso. It just looks really intricate, really nice. Sort of like Bumblebee Optimus Prime with that molding, and the chest piece actually looks really good. So as far as articulation goes on this guy, the head is on just a swivel joint, no ball joint, so it just goes side to side, no up or down or tilting on there, which is kind of sad. You do get some light piping on here. I don't know if you guys could see that, but there is some light piping on the head right there. The arms can go full all the way around, and then you could go all the way out. You do get a bicep rotation, which is nice, and way over 90-degree bend at the bicep as well. We'll take a look at his blaster in a little bit. You get two different waist joints. You get this waist rotation, which is a little bit lower but hindered, and then you also get this one up here, which could give you a little bit more range of motion and really nice dramatic poses. You also get a ab crunch if you want to do stuff like this. This will break apart due to transformation, and that's pretty cool. You also get some little hip slaps or hip skirts right here, which is really nice. Legs can kick all the way forward and all the way back about that much, and if you move those skirts out of the way, he can do the splits. So really nice. And the joints on here are actually really tight. You get about a 90-degree bend at the knee. The feet can go forward and backward, again due to transformation, and you get quite a bit of ankle tiltage on here as well. So really nice Optimus Prime. I just wish he was just a little bit bigger, but like I said, these aren't the Studio Series. These are sort of the mainline Voyager classes on them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. That way you guys get an idea of the packaging that it comes in. Optimus Prime, Rise of the Beast, Voyager class right there. And then taking a look at the back, and as you can see, this Optimus Prime is not the one we got in the package. There's a lot more darker plastic on here. They should have used this darker gray rather than this lighter gray that they used on the actual figure. Some parts are painted on here, some parts aren't, just like top of truck mode up here, which are these shoulder pieces, aren't painted on the original version. And like I said, if you saw the before and after, you would notice that it just looks a lot better now. And on here you can see that they are actually painted on his shoulder pads with that nice silver. Everything has some silver to it, and hopefully I think it just looks better. Like this, I think it just looks a lot better than what it looked before. Now, did I ruin the figure? Oh well, probably not. I think he looks really good. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does this figure look a lot better than it did before? Comment down below and let me know. So as far as his weapon goes, he does get his ion blaster. Pretty simple, cast in black plastic. A little bit of hollowness on the bottom, but actually looks pretty good. A little bit small for Optimus Prime. You can store this on the back right here on this peg to have that out of the way if you want to. Size comparison goes, here is Optimus Prime, Rise of the Beast, and here is Bumblebee, Optimus Prime. This is a KO version, but as you can see, they get a lot of design similarities, especially in this torso area and the chest area. Very similar, but as you can see, this is a lot bigger than the actual Voyager class. So really nice. Again, everything, if they would have had this darker plastic on here, that would have been a lot nicer for this version. Dark of the Moon, Leader Class Optimus Prime. As you can see, the scaling on there, way different, a lot smaller than your typical Optimus Primes. This is the Jetwing Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon. Buzzworthy Bumblebee, Holiday Optimus Prime. So you get a nice idea of the scale of this guy. Even a Holiday Optimus Prime is bigger than this version. Battle Trap, and even Battle Trap is a little bit larger. This is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast, and I think Optimus Prime should just be a little bit larger, if not the same size as Battle Trap, and they're roughly around the same size, but I think he just should be a little bit larger. Airazor from Studio Series from Transformers Rise of the Beast. So there you go. So yeah, other than the lack of paint and having to do all of this myself, this is a fantastic figure. He looks really good. I love the molding on him. The articulation is actually really good. Transformation, let's go ahead and jump down into the transformation. So as far as that goes, you're pretty much going to lift this flap up on the back and straighten that out. And then this will pretty much knock his head in once you flip it around. Just like so. And then this is going to stay up like that. Then you're going to want to close the chest piece in. Just like so. And as you can see, I did paint the windshield wipers. So hopefully that handles okay. I also did some paint up here as well. So the wrist you're going to pretty much knock in as well, and knock the wrist in. Now let's go ahead and come down to the legs. You're pretty much going to make sure the legs are straightened out. Make sure these skirt pieces are closed and straighten out the legs. And you're pretty much going to push down here in the middle. And all of this is going to get flipped in and rotated around. Just like so. And then the leg is going to sit right on top of the chin. Just like that. Do the same thing on this side. Push that in. Rotate all of this around. And then set the foot right on top of the shin. And this reveals the back side of truck mode. As you can see, I did add a little bit of red paint for those back brake lights. And then you're going to snap these two together. You're going to get these two tabs that are going to go into. Tap that in there. And then you're going to take the trailer hitch and just flip this around. And you're going to get a tab right here that's going to go right into there. And that will pretty much connect the legs just like that. Now as far as everything else goes, you're pretty much going to brake right here at the waist, just like so. And then you're going to rotate right here all the way around. Make sure the arms are out of the way. And then you're going to rotate all the way around here at this top portion of the chest to where it's facing front, just like so. Now the arms can be a little tricky. You're pretty much going to undo these tabs right here and flip these around, and you will get this tab that will go into that little slot right there. And just tab that in there, just like so. Now these are a little bit iffy as far as sticking in there. They don't really stick in there too well. And then do the same thing over here. Tab that in there, just like so. And now you could bring this whole shoulder piece back, just like that. Slide that around. Do the same thing over here on this side. Slide that around. Boom. And then the arms are pretty much going to get tucked underneath here. They're pretty much going to come up like so, and then rotate around. And then you're going to get this tab that's going to go right underneath the shoulder piece area, just like so, and tab that in there. Do the same thing over here. Rotate around, flip this up, and boom, you got that part. Now the arms don't really snap into place anywhere. They sort of just hang right here. And then these two tabs that are on the bottom of the arms, which again I had to shave off a little bit on this side just because it wasn't fully tabbing in there. These two tabs are going to tab into these two slots on the legs. Just bring this down. And like I said, I had to shave these off just so they could get snapped in there, and now everything snaps in here quite nicely. You're going to take these flaps, open them up, and then slide these forward, and you're going to get this little tab right here that's going to go into that little opening. Snap that into place. Do the same thing over here. Snap that into place. And then now finally for the wheels, you're going to bring this whole front piece down of truck mode. And then you're going to extend the wheels, and you're going to get these two little nubs that are going to go right into that slot right there for the wheels. And there you go. We are done with truck mode. And here we go with the final product. As you can see, oh, one final thing, you're going to want to flip up these gas cans, which are on the back of the legs. And there we go. We are done. And here we go for the final truck mode. As you can see, I did have a little bit of highlights over here on the front grille. I did paint this part red, which was silver. And yeah, I did add a little bit more paint up here all around the grille just because the edges weren't painted. And on the side view mirrors, the edges weren't painted as well, just the front part. And I think overall he looks really good. And as you can see right here, the top part with these pieces right here are now silver, so they look a little bit more accurate to the actual picture and how he looks in as far as how he's supposed to look. And there we go. This part is painted as well. I went ahead and went over that. But yeah, all of this was not painted. These two pieces up here weren't painted. These lights were just red. I went ahead and added a little bit of silver on there. Everything else was just fine. I did not add any paint to this grill just because that's too much paint that I did not want to have to deal with. But here he is in truck mode, and as you can see, pretty small for an Optimus Prime being in truck mode. Very short and stubby. Taking a look at the bottom, how he looks. Cleans up quite nicely. Taking a look at the top. Trailer hitch. You got weapon storage for the gun, which will store on the back, and you can use the Earthrise trailer on here. It's a little bit high, but it works just fine. So yeah, as you can see, very nicely done. I did paint the inside of his chest too, a gunmetal, as you can see right there, so you can't really see it that much. As before, it was just a gray plastic. You totally can see it now. It blends in a little bit better. So yeah, really nice. I think I do like this Optimus Prime. I just feel like he's a little small for, what, $35? He's just a little bit small Optimus Prime. I think one of my smallest Optimus Primes that I got. But the details here, they lacked on the paint and required me to do all this work. I was literally doing this all night last night, painting this guy, and this is what I came up with. So hopefully he looks good, and I really do like this truck mode. I just think it's really small. He does roll around, just keep that in mind. Rolls around quite nicely, and I was glad I was just able to find one at my local Walmart. Finally, after all this time searching for one, I swear I could not find one anywhere to save my life, and I'm glad I found it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and I will see you next time here on Prime Energon. Peace.